What you mean you don't know Pana? She's dope. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? What you mean?
What is poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl DOPEaxxPANA, and today, guys, we're gonna be doing some flip over Fulani braids, but I'm gonna boho these out, guys. It's pretty much gonna give versatility. It's gonna give weave. It's gonna give super full boho. It's gonna be bomb. If you guys don't know what the flip over Fulani braids are, they are super on trend right now, and I can't wait for you guys to see them. So jumping right in, this video is sponsored by YWigs. They sent me 3 bundles of their human hair deep wave braiding hair in 20 inches, and that's what I'm gonna be using today. This hair is double drawn, which means that it is giving full from the rooter to the tutor, y'all. Look how full and how beautiful this curl pattern is. I absolutely love this hair. It's full, it's soft, and I'm gonna be using 2 packs to complete this look on my client. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about this hair later, but let's jump right into the prepping. I'm gonna be using 2 packs of the Dope collection, and let's remember that when we are prepping for the top of our client's hair to the back. So those first pieces that we put down are going in the top of our client's head, and since we are doing feet and braids in the front, these pieces are gonna be fairly small. So y'all, I have literally been prepping this way since I first started doing hair, and it has worked so well for me. The pros is that I've been able to prep all the hair that I'm using for the style, which has literally saved me hours on my appointment time. The more you guys have to stop and re-prep, the more time you're wasting when you can be styling on your client. I've wasted less hair doing it this way because I'm just don't knock the hair over. Like, it just doesn't happen to me as often, and it's just a space saver. I get these trays off Amazon. They're about anywhere from 60 to 80 bucks, and I just prep the hair on top, and it has worked for me. The great thing about doing hair is that it's all art, and so different things work for different people. So if you haven't tried this method, don't knock it, y'all, until you try it. A lot of people have told me that it saved a lot of time on their installs. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna show you guys the pieces that I'm gonna be using for the back. I prepped 1 bundle for the top feet ends, and the pieces that I'm using for the back are gonna be a little bit bigger. But same thing, I'm just overlapping the hair, and when you pull for the hair as you're doing the style, you're pulling from the top, so you guys should not be wasting any hair. And yeah, this is my prep method. So let's get into prepping the curly pieces, y'all. This is far more tedious, and because we are paying a lot more for the human hair than we are the braiding hair, we want to make sure that we are wasting as little as possible, if none at all. So I'm gonna split this bundle in half just because these bundles are really full. You guys can see how full they are, and I'm gonna take a little bit of product and I'm gonna put it at the top and kind of smash it through. This is gonna help keep those pieces together because obviously human hair is gonna be a lot more stringy, and so this is just gonna help us keep those pieces together. I'm then gonna begin pulling my pieces from the top and kind of pulling that down and separating those on the tray, and I used a total of 2 packs to complete this entire look. Guys, when I tell you guys that this hair is super full, it is super full. So for 3 bundles of 20 inches right now, they have a sale going on. It's $210, which is super affordable because just 1 pack of this is like buying 2 packs of human hair from the beauty supply, and the hair from the beauty supply is literally $100 by itself. So I absolutely will be using this hair in place of using hair at the beauty supply, just because, like I said, it's just way more bang for your buck, and shipping is pretty quick, guys. So keep that in mind, that you will have to kind of plan ahead a little bit more because you can't kind of pick it up on demand, but shipping is really quick, so it definitely is worth it. So I'm just going to be separating out these pieces. Remember, the thicker your pieces, the harder it's going to be able to hide in that braid. So you want these pieces to be kind of thin, but the more pieces you add will still give you that full look. For this look today, I'm going to be adding about 5 to 6 pieces onto each braid just to get that super full weave look. And yeah. Alright guys, so jumping right into this style, these are going to be Fulani braids. So we're going to be separating the front of my client's head from the back. In that front section, we are going to have feet and braids and some rows of knotless, and in the back we're going to have all knotless. So we're just going to go ahead and separate that off, and always make sure to define that part, guys. All of the products that I'm using to part, braid, the hair that I'm using to braid in can be found in the description section with links where you guys can purchase. So we are going for a super full look, so I am going to be adding 5 to 6 pieces of our human hair to each knotless in the back. And I could tell that this was going to be a quality human hair just off of this first row, guys. The hair was full literally from the top to the bottom, and that's super important when you're going for a really full look. A lot of times you'll get human hair that are thin at the ends, almost kind of like when you get bundles that are thin at the ends, and this human hair was not like that, and that's what I love. It definitely adds to the fullness of the style, and it holds its texture, its fullness, whether it's wet or dry. So that's really, really important to me, and that's why at the end of all of my bohemian videos I've been showing you guys a wet look and a dry look, which I'll also do for this. So they do offer different curl patterns. If you guys check out their website, they have at least 6 different textures for their bulk human hair. I know they offer a loose wave, a deep wave, a water wave. They even have some kinky human hair on there, so make sure you guys go ahead and click the link in the description section and check them out. As I've said in my other boho tutorials, make sure you guys are braiding at least an inch of that human hair in just to secure it in that braid. It is normal sometimes for the blunt end of the human hair to stick out the braid. You literally just cut that off, but you just want to make sure that those pieces are really, really secure in there. When I'm braiding in those boho pieces, I am braiding down about 1 inch to 2 inches before I add in the next piece. The more pieces that you put in there, guys, the more full it's gonna be. And this hair is literally almost like cutting bundles off of a track, so I wouldn't be weary about leaving out a lot of it. Like I said, it's not gonna get super tangled like normal human hair would. So we're just going with the flow today, y'all, and making it super full and just playing around with the pieces and seeing how many we can fit in these braids. So for human hair lengthwise, this is 20 inches. Their textures go up to 30 inches. I think 20 inches is perfect for waist length braids, but if your clients want them inches, they also offer it in those inches, and they have bundle deals. So the more packs that you purchase together, the cheaper it's gonna be. So as far as I know right now, everything is on sale, so y'all better run over and go get y'all some. Look how full just this first row is. Like I said, adding those 5 to 6 pieces, I already knew this was going to be a hit. So we're pretty much going to be doing the same thing and just working our way up the top. These would be like a medium-sized Fulani braids to me, and I'm doing a total of 7 rows in the back, just so you guys kind of know for sizing. So yeah, I'm going to complete this back section, and then I'll see you guys when we get to the front. So I'm finishing off that last braid in the back, and to complete this entire back section, I use a pack and a half of the YWigs Deep Wave Human Hair Braiding Hair in 20 inches. And the last half of that second pack I'm going to be using to complete the front, but I did just want to show you guys how nice and full that back section was. So I am doing the flip over Fulani braids, which means that I'm going to be having a combination of feed-in braids and singles in the front. This style offers versatility and fullness to your braids, but typically when you just get tribal braids, you can only style them a couple different ways. But with the flip over method and the singles in the front, it just allows you to do a couple different styles with your braids, and I'll show you guys a couple styles that I chose for my model for this look. But I am going to be feeding in the human hair to these feed-in braids once they are off my client's head to keep with that fullness going on, so I'll let you guys see that. And it just turned out to be a look, y'all. This design I actually just came up with in my head. I seen a couple different pictures and combined a couple different things that I seen from them, so it is kind of like a freestyle, but also, you know, just a combination of what I've seen on the internet. So I'm doing a total of 4 rows of singles within my feed-in braids in the front. There's going to be 2 rows of knotless on each side. So this is going to be my first one, and they're all going to be triangle parts. It just adds to the aesthetic of the look, and they're also going to be boho, and these are just going to add to the versatility of your like styling that you guys do with your braids. So you can do really cute half up, half downs, really cute top buns, and yeah, it's just going to be a look. So I'm excited for you guys to see the way that I incorporate these into the style. If you are new to doing this style, I would definitely recommend pre-parting the front, because these rows of singles can definitely get a little bit tricky, or can play around with the design a little bit. So the first couple times that I did it, I wasn't really too in love with the way that it turned out, but this one was probably my best time, and I kind of mapped it out in my brain before I actually started. These are called flip over because, as you guys can see, once this row is completed, my client will be able to flip them to the other side to get a different look for her finished style. For this design, each side is going to be symmetrical, so I am going to be just completing the same design on the opposite side, and then I'll show you guys how I did the top. Now, some people can even go a step further and add some of the curly pieces actually in the feed-in braids that will dangle down, but we didn't do that on this style. But you definitely can do that if you want an even more full look, but I think the way that we did it, it just turned out super bomb anyway. So the design that I decided to do for the top was kind of like a trending tribal style for a while. It's almost like a Tetris look, and so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I did leave a small amount of edges out, and I'm just gonna show you guys how I finished this off. My row of singles are gonna be within these braids at the top, and I'll show you guys how I incorporated those as well. So as I'm working on this knotless in my last little knotless section, I'm going to talk about what I did at the top, because I know some of you guys are going to be like, wait, you lost me. So I did that first braid across the front, and then my second braid is actually going to start where that braid curves, you guys can see, and it's going to curve over to the opposite side. And then I did a row of singles and a braid down the middle. It's really actually that simple, guys. And these knotless at the top are going to, again, add to the fullness. It almost looks like a full head of singles, but also create a lot of versatility. And you can wear it to the right side, to the left side, or to the middle. It's almost like a versatile weave, guys. This is the perfect island vacation style, or just the perfect boho look. Or if you're someone who can't decide if you want tribals or singles, then this style would definitely be a hit. Like I said, it's very on trend right now. And so yeah, I hope you guys are loving the way that this is turning out. So before we go, guys, we definitely have to talk about the famous TikTok debate about bohemian braids being super high maintenance. They definitely require a lot more maintenance than if you were to not get it, obviously, because you have the human hair out. But just a couple tips. Number one, you need to use a high quality human hair, and that's why I'm recommending this brand YWigs, because like I said, the human hair is super high quality and it's gonna last you a good amount of time. If you're using synthetic hair or synthetic blends, it's definitely not gonna last as long, and it's gonna tangle a lot faster and easier. And a lot of these human hair companies are putting 100% human hair on the pack, but when you read a little bit more in detail on their pack, you realize that they're using a super mix or some type of blend. So it gives the appearance of human hair, but it's not human hair, and I've even been duped by some of those companies. So like I said, make sure you guys are investing your money in high quality human hair. That'll be half the battle. And then you need to make sure that when you're tying it down, you're either twisting your hair or braiding your hair to keep those pieces from just floating around randomly. And let's wear silk bonnets, ladies. We should know to stay away from cotton by now. All of these things will definitely help. So I took my large rock curlers. I'm going to be curling the ends with them, and this is going to make it basically mimic the texture of the human hair. You can also feed the human hair into the ends of the braids and get an even more full look. But guys, this looks absolutely bomb and amazing. And this is the dry look. So remember, I told you guys I was going to give you guys a wet look and a dry look so that you guys can just see. So if you are someone who loves super full, super big, you're going to dip your braids and you're not going to use any mousse on it, and you will get a dry look like this. This is super full. Remember, these braids are versatile, so you guys will see my model flip them over to the middle and flip them over to the opposite side, and you guys can see multiple ways that she can wear and style these braids. and I absolutely love the way that these turned out. Like, they just look so bomb. Now we're gonna save the actual styling for when we do the wet look, but you guys can see that you can flip these braids multiple ways and you kind of get like, you know, a different look but still super full. So for the mousse, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take my mousse from the Dope collection and I'm gonna put that all over my client's hair. This is not gonna change the curl pattern, but it is just gonna give it a more tamed look. And in my next boho video, I actually want to go in and try to do the same method using water. Sometimes I notice that the mousse can leave kind of like a residue on the curls, and I just want to see if I can do a similar look with water. If you guys have tried that, let me know in the comment section down below. My personal mousse that from my brand is not really super sticky, but I just noticed that, you know, over time the mousse kind of, I don't know, leaves like a buildup on the curl. So I do want to kind of try to do it with water, and because this hair is like super good, it would be the perfect hair to try it with. So I'm just doing some finishing touches, guys, and this here is the wet look. So if you guys like more of a tamed or softer look, you could definitely go for this. And same thing, she's gonna flip them over a couple ways, and then we also styled them a couple times for you. So let me know what you guys think about in the comment section down below. A lot of people always ask me what my favorite style to do is, and right now boho is just in, and I've been looking and on the search for the best hair, and this is something I can definitely recommend to you guys. Make sure you guys check the description section for everything that I use in this video. As always, if there's anything that you guys would like to see, I would love to create videos for you guys. Y'all, I be getting stuck in my head when it comes to content, so just let me know and I'll get it out for you guys. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.
What you mean you don't know Pana? She's dope. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? What you mean?